Hello friends, welcome. Today we are going to set up our Apache server so that we can serve our all three components, that is Cellular Core, website and dashboard from our Apache. In the last video we set up our BM2 process manager to manage the process for all three, but today we will serve all of the three components via Apache. So the first step is we need to change our domain server settings, DNS, domain name server settings, to our current IP. Current IP is our EC2 instance IP, which we have already set up in our last video. So what we are going to do is we are going to create three A records. First one is api.example.com, second one is admin.example.com, or third one is www.example.com. So we will point all of the three subdomains to our current server IP. Now, one disclaimer over here is that I will not recommend to use the same server for serving all the three components. I'm just doing it for the demo purposes, but for the production or development release, it's suggested or it is recommended that people should have different server for serving website or serving API, so that whenever one server goes down, so that the traffic is distributed and no server is overloaded at any moment. So let's set up the DNS setting of a domain. So here I have already opened my BigRock account where I manage all my domains. So I'm going to set up on my this domain, which is pricemenu.in. I'll click this. I'm going to search my DNS, manage DNS section. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create three A record. First one is www, and this is going to point on my server IP, which is 15.206.229.72. I'm creating another A record for API pointing to the same IP, and then this is admin pointing to the same IP. So I can see now all my three subdomains are set up and they are pointing to the to my server's IP. If I want to check whether they have been pointed or not, I can use the ping service, and currently it is not, but probably in some time this field will update. Yes, so this service will take some time in order to resolve. Meanwhile, what we can do is we can set up our server. As a next step, what I am going to do is I am going to install Apache on my new instance. So I have successfully installed the Apache. Let's restart Apache. Let's restart Apache. And I can verify if my Apache is up. Yeah, so I can see my this IP is serving my Apache. So my Apache is up. As a next step, what I am going to do is I have to export the project, that is storefront and dashboard, via. So before exporting, I just want to see whether my variable, which is API URI, is available or not. Yes, it is available. How? What I have done is I have I have added all these variables which were going to require by our Sailor core and dashboard and my website, so that every time I logged in, I don't need to export it. They will be by default exported to the system. As you can see, all my variables are available. Let's see the server status. My server is almost free, no CPU usage, very less memory usage, and I can see my all PM2 server services are stopped. So in order to build my storefront, what I can do is simply run npm run build. With this command, npm will export all my code to build folder, which I can use as is under Apache. This will take few minutes. Also, it will consume a lot of memory, so you need to make sure that while performing npm run build, you have enough memory on your server. Or if you don't want to run this process on a server, alternatively, what you can do is you can build your code on your local machine and simply use the build folder files and push them to the Apache, which we will see in our later videos. So my build has been prepared, and yes, there is a disk folder, not the build folder. So under disk folder, I can see all my files are there. Secondly, what I will do is now I will run the same command for my dashboard code. Also, let's observe the memory. So while running, this process is really CPU extensive and memory extensive. As you can see, my both the cores are almost 90% filled. So I will recommend to run this process locally and push the code, just a disk folder code on the server. We can use Git in order to manage all our code. See, my memory consumption is going to be more than 1 GB just by a single process. So you can imagine when we run our webpack, how much memory it consumes just to serve our website, which we can easily avoid with this process. See, my memory consumption has been increased to almost 2 GB. So here we get some error. As you can see, my build folder has been prepared. While building, it throws some error, but it was due to some sort of configuration where this file, which is our admin, which is our this dashboard file, is very large, huge, like almost 11 MB. So that's why it throws some sort of warning. But what we can do is we can simply use this thing in order to set up our Apache. So what I am going to do is I am going to this path here. What I am going to do is I am going to copy this dashboard. It throws some permission error. Let's do a sudo cd build, move this dashboard to outer folder. I don't need this build folder now. Yes, so my dashboard file is there, dashboard folder is there. If I see here, all my code is available. One more thing which I need to do is I need to change my permission user group. So what I will do, I will sudo change the ownership of my of the current folder. So yes, ownership has been changed. On the same way, what I will do is I will copy my storefront code to the storefront folder. Let's cd, and my code is there. So my dashboard folder is set up, my storefront folder is set up. Now it's time to set up my Apache. So by default, so the Apache configuration file is etc apache 2 sites available 000 default conf. So I'm going to add my configuration file. As you can see, I have set up www.pricemenu.in to my storefront folder. Also, I have given a sibling permission to this directory storefront. this permission is going to be used when we have to do some sort of URL redirection through Apache modules. Now for admin panel, I have set up admin.pricemenu.in to dashboard. Also, same thing, I have same permission I have given. So what I will do is, I will restart my Apache. Also, I need to make sure that since when I export it, when I run a build, my my API my API URL is still pointing to 8000 port, and I have not set up Sailor core yet on Apache. That means these two folders are still going to point to my Sailor core at 8000 port. So what I can do is I can simply start my API process. That means my 8000 port is going to be up. I can verify, and yes, it is working. So let's see if our website is working or not. Let's check the dashboard, admin.pricemenu.in, and yes, it is pointing to my admin panel. I can log in, and yes, I am able to log in. I can also verify my server process and see my memory, very less memory is being used despite my dashboard is up. As we have already seen while building, this webpack almost taken 2 GB of memory. Even if we run our dashboard via webpack, then it will almost take around more than 1 GB of memory. So my admin dashboard is working. I can also check my storefront. And yes, my storefront is also working at this port. Yes, I can browse functional. I can perform all the functionalities. If I stop my Sailor core service, I will no longer be able to use the website. It is not working because my core is down. As you can see, my GraphQL is throwing 404. Now I have started my server and it should work fine. One important issue has been left, which is like, so currently I am at this product. If I refresh the page, this will not work. This will show me 404. Why? The reason is simple, that this URL is not a static URL, they are dynamic URL, they are being served by my project. So what I need to do is I need to add a I need to add .stxs file. I need to apply the URL rewriting by Apache module. So I need to set up my stxs file in my storefront code. So here is the code. And I need to enable my mod rewrite command. Now I will simply restart Apache and let's see if it works. Yeah, now it is working fine. So we solve this problem of dynamic URL using Apache mod rewrite. So what Apache mod rewrite provides a rule-based rewriting engine to rewrite request URLs on the fly. Since this is our single pager apps, so my HTML need to know or my JavaScript need to know what dynamic URL they are requesting so that it can be passed and parsed and processed to the browser. Thank you.